I'm joined here today with local author Billy J. Miller. Now, you recently released a children's book named Bubbles Took a Trip, which is sort of based on a true story. So I'll get you just to explain the background of this book.
Right near the start of COVID in March, I actually started working on my third book, which is called Farm Kids. But as we all know, COVID happened and had different plans for everyone's life. So I found myself at home with my two young girls, aged 8 and 6 at the time. And so, it just kind of put a little bit of a wrench into my writing schedule and all of that. So what happened was my third book kind of happened upon us more than me actually making it happen. But it's a true story based on our actual family dog. We have a Bernese Mountain Dog on our farm, southwest of Lloydminster, and she is the sweetest, most loyal dog. My girls have had this dog their whole life. Well, Bubbles took herself on a walk one day, and she ended up near the highway north of our farm. And when she did that, she coincidentally happened upon a driver, a very well-meaning passerby who drove by in her vehicle and happened to have come along my dog. Well, this woman was an absolute dog lover, and she became concerned for our dog Bubbles' safety on the highway and didn't really know what to do. So she ended up putting Bubbles in the back of her truck, ended up taking her for a drive 4 hours away to her home so that she could kind of pop online and find out who this dog's owners were. So anyway, Bubbles went for a walk. As we kind of wrote on the back of the book, Bubbles went for a walk. The day had other plans for her. She ended up near the area of Sylvan Lake. And this children's book is the story about that, how she was picked up, her adventure while she was gone, and how our family got her back.
Now, that's a really fun story. And as you mentioned, your daughters have been with Bubbles their whole life. So what was it like working with them on this book?
I had actually started writing this book, and I sat there and I struggled with whether or not I was going to tell them or not, or whether I kind of had a little bit of a plan where I might actually do the book and then be like, surprise. But I thought, you know what? This was way too cool of an opportunity. We had them home for the summer, obviously. And I thought, no, I'm going to actually involve them in the process. Something as a writer that always bothers you is, especially while I wrote my first two books while my kids were home in preschool and stuff like that. And so something that always makes you feel guilty is when you constantly feel like you have your laptop in between you and your kids, right? And so I didn't really like that feeling. And I thought, I have this really interesting opportunity to write this book with my girls. And so I decided to take that route. So I told them the idea that I had. I asked them what they thought of it, and they were absolutely ecstatic. So you know what? They helped with every single thing. They helped with the photographs chosen, the animation, everything. So it was awesome.
And, now that they're back in school, are they kind of bragging to their friends that, now I have a book published?
You know what? Absolutely. And I don't know if you could see, but I put their name on the front of it saying it was approved by them. And I wanted them to see that, I wanted them to actually see their name on the front of a book. I think at 7 and 9, that's kind of an odd thing, a not very typical thing to have. So, but absolutely, that was a big part of it for me. Kids in school, our kids, everyone's kids have been through so much with this COVID experience. And I thought, what a really exciting thing we could do is I ended up doing a pre-launch book reading to both Madeline's class in grade 4 and Kate's class in grade 2 at the E.H. Walter School in Paradise Valley, where they go. So we did, of course, virtual. I did an online book reading, and I read it out to the class, and they were absolutely thrilled. It was perfect. So
now, if anyone here in Lloydminster and around the area is looking to get the book, where can they go?
You can get it at Farmstead Market in Kitscoty in person. It's this great new market that's in town there, and it highlights a lot of stuff from local makers, which is a fantastic opportunity right now. It's also at Adeline Apparel in Lloydminster, and it's at Legacy DIY in Lloydminster. But the best place to go is to billyjmiller.com/bubbles, and you can also order it online.
And if anyone is looking to get any of your other books, your website is the best place?
You bet. Absolutely. You could find them on my website and it'll have the links to everywhere they're available. So, yeah.
Well, thank you for taking the time to chat with me today, Billy.
Thank you, Jasmine. Take care.